Budget and live stream. As many of you guys probably know, those two terms just don't go together in the streaming and gaming space. That's why in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how you can stream in great quality using a laptop that's under $300. But Midnight Man, since the equipment is so cheap, won't my quality be absolutely no? If that were the case, I wouldn't even be making this video. So with that being said, let me show you guys how you can build a professional stream setup all on a budget. Okay, the first item, a part of the setup, is of course going to be the laptop, and I know you guys are itching for what computer could this possibly be. Well, this is the Acer Aspire 3 A315 Slim laptop. It has an AMD Ryzen 3 quad-core processor, AMD Radeon graphics, which are integrated graphics, not dedicated, and we'll see how that plays in effect with our setup later. It also comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of solid-state storage drive space. Now, how much is this budget laptop gonna set you back? Well, it's gonna set you back $280, which is not a bad price considering the specs that this laptop has. Unlike using a mini PC, you at least have your keyboard and screen already a part of the configuration so that you don't have to get those separate components. The next thing we're gonna add to the mix here is our PlayStation 5 console along with our gaming monitor or TV of choice. I'm using this Pixio 27-inch 2K monitor that can output up to 120 Hertz on the PlayStation 5. Now, I'm sure many of you guys already have your PlayStation and monitor or TV hooked up how you would normally play. But now when we mix in the laptop, there's gonna be one critical device that needs to intersect between these two systems, and that's gonna be our capture card. And this is the Ryzen 4K Ultra HD capture card. This device still holds as my favorite budget-friendly capture card. And I have two primary reasons for this. Number one, you can capture up to 4K 30 or 1080p 60 in very solid quality. The second reason is the fact that you can pass up to 1080p at 120 Hertz using this capture card. To set this capture card up, you're gonna wanna unplug the HDMI cable coming from the monitor from your PlayStation 5. You're then gonna wanna take the HDMI cable that came in the box with your capture card and plug that into the PlayStation 5 instead. And the other end of that HDMI cable, you're gonna wanna plug into the HDMI in slot of the capture card. Then you can take that other HDMI cable that was coming from the monitor and plug that into the HDMI out slot of the device. After that, you just need to plug in the USB cable into the capture card, and the other end of that cable will be plugged into the laptop. Now, if you guys want to pick up this capture card, it's only going to set you back $30, which is an incredible deal. I wouldn't recommend trying to find something cheaper, especially something that doesn't look like this capture card, because you're either gonna be getting a capture card that is just a USB cable where you're gonna need a splitter to actually make it work with streaming and recording from your console, or you're gonna pick up a capture card that only has the HDMI in and out slots along with the USB connector, and it's gonna be missing something very critical if you want to use it with an Elgato ChatLink cable. This costs $20 to pick up, but it will solve your audio problems. By plugging the single connecting end into this capture card and then the dual connecting side into the PlayStation controller, you'll be pulling your audio from here, the PlayStation 5 controller, into the capture card. Now, to listen to that audio back to you, you can pick up a pair of headphones that you might have that are wired, that can plug directly into the ChatLink cable in the female connector. The pair I have here is the H9 headset from Fifine. I got the ones in white. They're pretty comfortable, and there's also a microphone input right here, which will flow back through the capture card into the PlayStation 5 controller so that you can be heard. This gaming headset, by the way, is also budget friendly, coming in at $35. So something important to note here is that that microphone on that headset will not deliver the commentary audio to your stream. That headset microphone is specifically for people on the PlayStation 5 in your party chat or game chat to be able to hear you. If you want to get that commentary audio, there's an additional device we're going to need to connect, and that's a standalone USB microphone. The one that you guys see here is from Tonor. This is a cardioid condenser microphone that has a gain control dial, a quick mute function. If you don't want to stick with one style of RGB colors, Well, you're in luck because this thing has multiple RGB modes that you can choose from, and you can even control how bright those colors get. This microphone costs a very generous price of $25. You might be thinking, oh boy, the quality has got to be bad, but we're gonna mess around and we're gonna find out. The next part of this setup is having a way to show your face, for those that want to show their face, on their live stream. Here we have the eMeet 4K webcam. Just like the rest of the devices that I mentioned as a part of this video, it is plug and play with the slim budget laptop. It has the ability to autofocus on your face, has 8 megapixels, and with 4K in its name, you can expect to capture up to 4K 30 and even 1080p 60 using this webcam. As for the pricing of this webcam, you can pick it up for $40. If you guys were looking at this and wondering what am I using to extend the number of ports with this laptop, I'm using this USB-C dongle from Moken. They should still be selling these. If not, I will link a comparable alternative. The important thing is just to pick up something so that you can plug in everything within this setup. Now, before we test this whole setup out, there's one very important item that we are missing in it, and I want you guys to think about what it is right now. I'll give you guys 2 seconds. 1, 2. Well, if you guess lighting, you would be correct. This is a UBesize 12-inch ring light that I got back in 2019 as my first piece of lighting equipment, because just like you guys, I was making a stream setup on a budget, and luckily I didn't have to spend too much on this thing, about $35 to pick this up. At this point, guys, we have our setup primed and ready to go. What I did next is I went ahead and downloaded OBS Studio on this laptop. Now, huge caveat with this laptop is that it does run in Windows 11 S mode, making it unable for you to download OBS Studio so that we can set up all of the tech devices that we incorporated with this computer to do a live stream. So instead, we're gonna see an option to switch out of S mode. Once you do this, you can't go back, but we're gonna do it anyways because we need OBS Studio. I know that comes with some drawbacks regarding the performance of using this laptop, but before we find that out, for those of you guys out there that are struggling with editing down your live stream content into short form consumable content for TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube Shorts, you guys should check out today's sponsor, Nexus Clips. With this tool, you can connect your YouTube or Twitch account and be able to generate highlight moments from your VODs. From there, you can be able to edit a clip from it. You'll be able to set where your gameplay and face cam are, as well as integrating subtitles into these shorts. Once you have your edit complete, you can easily download it or upload it directly to your social media accounts, making it easy to diversify your content. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to use my link in the description below and use code MIDNIGHT for 10% off. Okay, now that I have my OBS Studio installed and launched on this laptop, the first thing I'm gonna do is go to my scenes, click on this scene, I'm gonna right click, rename it, and we're just gonna call this gameplay, because this is gonna be my gameplay scene. From there, I'm gonna go to the right-hand side where you see sources, go down and select the plus button, and we're gonna add a video capture device. We're gonna call this capture card, select OK, and then from here, we're gonna see a device drop down that we can select, and then we can choose the USB 3.0 video, which is our capture card. And when we do that, we're gonna see the gameplay picture from the PlayStation 5 pop up on screen. Now, if we want to, we can scroll down here a little bit and mess with our resolution and FPS type. I like to stick with the device default, but if I wanted to, I could go to custom and then I could choose my resolution manually. Let's go with 1080p, which would be 1920 by 1080. And then for our FPS value, we can choose up to 60 here. Everything else here is okay to remain as is, and we can just go ahead and select OK. The next source I'm gonna wanna add is our face cam. So I'm gonna go back here to the plus button under sources. We're gonna add another video capture device. We're gonna call this face cam, select OK. Let's select the device drop down again, and instead of using the webcam that is on this laptop, we can actually choose the webcam that's plugged into the computer, which is this eMeet SmartCam C950 4K webcam. And when we do that, we're gonna see it turn on right over here. And same deal with this device, I can manually adjust the resolution and FPS type to custom if I would like, and be able to choose the 4K 30 resolution here, or I can do 2K or 1080p at 60 FPS if I'd like to as well. Now that I'm good with these settings, I'm gonna go ahead and select OK, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab the corners and just shrink this on down. This is about where I'll be sitting when I'm gaming, so we'll press the Alt key and bring in these sides just a smidge, maybe blow it up just a little bit more. I like the way that looks. Put it to the side here, and we're looking peachy. One other thing I want to add to this setup are my overlay alerts. So to do that, we're gonna go to our Google Chrome here, and what I did here is search up Streamlabs dashboard. We're gonna log into Streamlabs using my YouTube account, and once I've accessed my dashboard, if I go to the left-hand side under Streaming Essentials, I can go to Alert Box, and from here I can go ahead and copy the widget URL by just clicking it and selecting copy. And then if I go back into OBS, under my sources, I'm gonna select that plus button, and then this time we're gonna add a browser source. So we're gonna select that, we'll call this alerts, okay. And then instead of the URL being the default OBS browser source here, we're gonna paste in my Streamlabs Alerts widget URL link that we just copied from the Streamlabs dashboard. We can keep the width and the height the same here, select OK, and you're gonna see this empty transparent box come up here on screen. We can place this wherever we'd like. I'll put mine somewhere in the middle. And what we'll do next is actually give this a little test. So back in the alert box section within my Streamlabs dashboard, we're gonna go to test, we'll go with YouTube, and we'll go with Super Chat. And when we go back to our OBS project, we're gonna see that Kevin just donated $97 in Super Chat. Bro, you are freaking balling. Obviously that's not real, but that's what it'll look like when it really does happen. The last thing we're gonna add to this OBS project is our microphone and game audio. So to do that, go to your settings, go to audio, and then for one of your mic auxiliary devices, you're gonna select that drop down, and then you can choose the Tonor TC310 USB mic. For mic auxiliary 2, we can choose the digital audio interface USB 3.0, which is the capture card. And when we choose that, we can select apply, okay, and then you'll see in the audio mixer our audio coming through. By the way, it is best to have these type of microphones as close to your mouth and face as possible so you can get the best sounding audio quality. While we're playing here, one thing that it's important to take note of is your audio levels. As you can see right now, when I shoot my gun, look how freaking loud that is. Bring this game audio on down so that it is more bearable to listen to. So at this point, guys, we have successfully connected and set up all of the hardware components with our OBS project to be able to stream or record our gameplay. The next big thing here is putting this budget laptop to the test to see how well it can hold up streaming or recording gameplay. And make sure you guys stay until the end as I'll show you the settings that I use to record the gameplay you're about to see.
All right, I think my luck will be a little bit better on this map, and I can sense it. Usually with Call of Duty, you get one bad game, and then you get it turned around suddenly.
The lead is on.
Look at that, good start, good start. Oh, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up. I did not blow up somehow. Careful, brother, careful. Be patient. Good. Good place, good place.
If you wanted me out your shit, that's
Bro, what are you saying? What are you saying, man? What are you saying, dog?
What the fuck?
Suck your bitch ass up. Y'all niggas bitches. The fuck?
Y'all tripping, you better chill. See what we got with this.
We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
Damn.
Ooh. Ooh. Watch out, brothers.
Nah.
Uh-oh. Got him. I like this gun.
Okay, as promised, for those of you who stayed to the very end of the video so kindly, I'm gonna show you my streaming and recording settings that I use within OBS Studio to get that nice crisp quality that you all just saw using OBS Studio. Let's jump into our settings, go to video, and here you can see that my base and output canvas resolutions are set to 1920 by 1080 at 60 FPS. If we head over to the output tab, you can see that we went with an output mode of just simple, so nothing crazy here, with a bitrate of 12,000 using the hardware AMD H.264 video encoder. Now that streaming bitrate would have been perfectly fine if I was streaming to YouTube, for example, but if we were streaming to Twitch or Kick, they don't allow you to push a bitrate that high. Right now, it's capped at 6,000. They don't want you to go higher than that. But this example showcases that you can do well over 6,000 bitrate using this budget laptop. Additionally, if we had used the software encoder on this laptop, the CPU would have shot through the roof, causing the quality to be bad. So there you guys have it. That is the complete budget laptop streaming setup. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. As a reminder, all of the products that I showcased in this video are linked in the description below via my affiliate links, so they do help out the channel if you do use them, and I do truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for staying to the very end. Like up the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.